Wall Dogs are a group of artists that get together once a year. They pick one community every summer, and it's kind of like their reunion. They are still hand painting every single type of mural, every billboard, everything is hand painted. They're experts at their field, and not every single one of them are experts at everything. We have some that are experts at landscape, some that are great at trees, some that are great at portraits, some that are great at hand lettering. You put them together and these murals are they'll just blow you away. We started this project in 2013. The previous mayor, Ken Smith, had came into the chamber board and said that Arcola and Danville has just taken this amazing project on, and we would really like for this to be a focal point of our community, and are you interested? We did one mural in 2013, and it was kind of my testing, my sounding board in order to know what I was getting into for 2016. And we have fundraised over $100,000 for this project. We started out with a list of about 30 different themes. I went to the Clark County Historical Society and asked them, again, I'm not from here, so help me. What type of things were here back in the day? And they came up with a list of about 15 to 20 items, took it back to my chamber board, and we added about 10 other items. I send it off to the Wall Dog group. There's one person that is overseeing a majority of the organizing on the Wall Dog side. And I sent it to him. We went back and forth for several weeks and came up with the list of 16. They were things that we feel that are highly important to the history of Marshall. And that's not to say that the other 15 topics couldn't be painted in years to come. And we can have these people come back and paint more murals as the years go on. There's no reason we have to stop at 16. So it depicts our entire history on walls for everybody to see. So I really think that this is a way for us to explain where we've been and where we're going, and to also honor those that have made a huge difference in our community. I really feel that this is going to be the mark that's going to make Marshall. We finally have something that says, hey, come see us, come look at us, come see what we have to offer, taste some of the restaurants and the food in our area, get a taste of Clark County. So I really feel like this is coming full circle for us, and we're going to be able to advertise something of Marshall to come and see. I just want our community to be proud. I want them to have pride in our community. We have a very clean, crisp community, and I just want people to feel as Marshall is a unit and proud of their community.
The Killian family lived just across the Illinois-Indiana line in Indiana in a little small country house. My father was a coal miner, but he had a few hives of bees to offset his poor wages at the coal mine. And we moved to Paris in the 1920s. I always thought it was a big city from the country. I was going to the University of Illinois to be an entomologist after graduation, but I enlisted in the Air Force. When I returned, I decided to go in partners with my father. I had a few hives of bees in high school. My first hive of bees I started when I was 5 years old. We increased our colony numbers up to 1,000 hives of bees here in the Paris area. Our honey has won 39 trophies and blue ribbons at the American National Honey Show through the years. We were very proud of that. My father, he was the chief inspector in the Illinois Department of Agriculture pertaining to checking bee colonies for health, keep healthy bees. He worked for 32 years at that, and he retired in 1970. And the beekeepers of Illinois asked me to carry on his work. So I sold most of my colonies of bees down, and I was the chief inspector for 18 and a half years. Then after that, I was extensive specialist in apiculture on the staff at the University of Illinois for 18 years. I have 2 hives of bees now, but still enjoy piddling with the bees. And I did a lot of research and things like that with honeybees. My father had a one-man campaign. He always wanted the U.S. Postal Service to issue a stamp or something to recognize the honeybee. And he worked for 25 years on that. He would write every year to the Postmaster General and ask them why don't they honor the honeybee. He had always received a letter back from the Postmaster General saying it's on the agenda, but the Citizen Staff Advisory Committee would overrule it and never have it. So when his health began to fail, he asked me if I would continue his work. So I did that as a chairman of the American Beekeeping Federation. In 1979, 2 days before my father passed away, I had a call from the U.S. Postal Service saying they were going to issue a commemorative envelope showing the honeybee. Every beekeepers organization in every state in the Union wanted the first day issue there in their hometown or city. And I persuaded the U.S. Postal Service what better place than Paris. So on October the 10th, 1980, we had the celebration of the first day issue. I was able to tell my father that 2 days before he passed away, so he realized his dream had come true. I only thought this would be a one-day weekend, and it turned out to be the 36th year coming up this year for the Honeybee Festival. I've worked with honeybees all my life. I've been all around the world working with the honeybees, but I still feel that Paris, Illinois, is the bee-friendly town, is the best place to live and raise a family.
We have all walks of life come through the door first off. Being a Harley shop, it can be a tourist destination too, because everybody wants to maybe stop and buy a t-shirt, at least check it out, and the appeal of the big barn theme is catchy right off the road. So we have a lot of that. Maybe a big misperception of motorcycle riders and sometimes the rougher crowd, they do get that stereotype sometime, but we're highly involved with our community, especially our local one, even though we do cover a large market area reaching all the way up to Tuscola and way further south too. So we host an annual car show with a local car club, and all of those proceeds go to the Habitat for Humanity right here directly in our county. It's not going outside. We do a Kansas City Barbecue Society, a state-sanctioned cook-off every year, and those proceeds go to various benefactors. This year we worked with the Effingham Chamber of Commerce, and it was a huge help to help raise some money for their scholarship program they have at Lakeland College. Other things, you know, that we do when we have some of our events, and then back to that whole stereotypical motorcycle rider thing, yes, we do like to get a little wild and party a little bit and have everybody have a good time, always with precautions and safety in mind, but we do what we do, and we usually do it always for a good cause. And it kind of brings me to the idea of the military support that Harley-Davidson brings to the table. It's just always been huge, not because it's recently a popular thing. Harley-Davidson's always been very supportive of any veterans and stuff, and this past year we were able to raffle off a brand new motorcycle and pay for a trip for a local soldier who lost a leg in Iraq, and it just meant the world to him, and he's a local kid. We have bank presidents, we have lawyers, doctors, and we've got guys that's ridden their entire life, and their face can tell it too sometimes. But you know, really, everybody has that common interest, and you wouldn't believe you share those stories and about riding and the road, and there's a huge camaraderie thing that's the biggest draw, I think, to owning a Harley-Davidson. It's comfortable here. It's fitting. The pace is good, and I really enjoy the atmosphere that we are in all the time at work. I don't even like to call it work sometimes. We have a lot of fun though, but we are very serious, and I just enjoy our product and everything that we do that it involves. Effingham is a wonderful town. It's got a lot of things going for it. Location is good, and we have some really nice, respectable businesses here, and hopefully will continue to grow. I think you always miss a lot when you don't veer off the beaten path, and this is coming from me as a motorcycle rider. If you just ride on the interstate the whole way, you just see what you see, but when you take those roads and the off the beaten path roads, you get to see those really grassroots of a town that really started it all. So if you don't make a pass through downtown Effingham, you're kind of missing the roots and the character of this town as a whole.